Welcome to the Challenging Negative Thinking course. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by. My name is Matthew Newell, and one of the things that I've found throughout my work is that a lot of cultures struggle with persistent negative thinking. Now, I realized this first in myself when I was working a security job to help put myself through graduate school. While I was there, I had a few bad experiences that ended up becoming my overarching view of the company. After that, it really didn't matter how many positive experiences came along because I was stuck in the mindset that I had. Now, a lot of leaders face this challenge as they come onto a new team, and for some reason, the team members end up being resistant to the kind of positive changes that the leader's trying to make. Now, this as a leader can be exhausting, and a lot of times our first instinct is to want to move those team members out and start over again with somebody fresh. This course is designed to help you fight through that instinct and to be able to keep those team members as a part of your staff. Now, we're going to do this by first examining some things in ourselves, and then through understanding why the team members are responding the way that they are. And after that, we'll create a plan specifically to target those team members and to be able to break through to them. Now, the way that we're going to do this is through the use of a counseling theory called cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT. Now, in the counseling world, CBT is one of the most popular therapies, and if you go to see a counselor, there's a good chance that they operate out of this theoretical mindset. Now, the basic idea of cognitive behavioral therapy is that we as individuals do have some control over how we feel and how we respond. Now, we get this control over how we feel and how we respond through changing our thinking. Let me go ahead and give you an example. Let's say you're at an event for work and you decide to take a little bit of a risk, go up, introduce yourself to somebody that you've never met before, hoping to network a little bit. Let's say as you get up to this person, you go first to introduce yourself, and this person kind of apologizes, brushes through real quickly, and moves on. Now, for a lot of us, this would leave us kind of frustrated, wondering, all right, what just happened? This had to have to do something with me? Was I being awkward or embarrassing? Oh, man, I'm always awkward at these type of things. And for a lot of us, what we end up choosing to do is to not engage with the next person that comes along. We may sideline ourselves a little bit over to the corner of the room. For some of us, this may be enough to leave the event entirely. We end up missing out on all of those networking opportunities along the way. Now, the problem in this scenario is that we responded this way whether or not it actually had anything to do with us. So let's say the person felt their phone vibrate and they've really been waiting for an important phone call. Let's say that they're thinking about how their wife is home with their sick kid while they're at an event for work. There could be a whole host of reasons why this person chose to leave quickly that didn't have anything to do with you. But for most of us, how we choose to feel and how we choose to respond is based out of that premise of the thinking that we had right off of the bat. And if this thinking is negative, then more than likely we're going to respond in a negative way. Let me go ahead and give you another example. For a lot of us, as we're doing the tasks that we do a million times throughout the day, let's say we're getting a shower, let's say we're getting ready for work, we end up where our mind is kind of a million miles away. So let's say as you're getting ready in the morning, you start thinking about a difficult conversation that you're going to have with a team member later on in the afternoon. And as you're getting ready, you're playing those scenarios over and over in your head, thinking about how it could possibly go. Well, eventually you're going to get to the scenario where this person starts getting a little bit defensive, starts arguing with you a little bit. Now, for most of us, we start arguing back, whether or not we're actually in the situation to begin with. We start thinking about, all right, well, this person doesn't have any reason to be mad at me. It's their performance that's the problem, not my leadership. And so we find ourselves, even though we're not actually there at work, we start to get frustrated. Let's say our blood pressure starts to go up a little bit, or our muscles start getting a little bit tense. Maybe we start getting a little bit of a headache. And then as we come out, our kids come up to us and they're being a little bit frustrating, and we end up saying something that we regret. All because of the negative thinking that we were having about a situation that may never even end up becoming true. This is a great example of how we think about the situation controls how we feel about the situation, and then in turn controls how we end up responding. Now we're going to dive a little bit more into this, into the use of cognitive behavioral therapy through a specific counseling tool called the ABC analysis. Now what you got to do for right now is go ahead, download one of those sheets called the ABC analysis, print it off, and I'll see you in the next video.